we're in an existential fight with an ideology called communism, as practiced by the Chinese Communist Party. It's different than the communism practiced by the Soviet Union on the edges, but its core objective is to destroy the United States of America and everything that we stand for in our Declaration and our Constitution and what we've stood for 250 years. So I think the risk of not taking action is greater than the risk of taking action. So I'm glad to see the president go before the United Nations like he did this week and tell the people of the world, hey, you want to buy windmills and you want to buy solar panels, but you're buying them from China. Is that really a good idea? And clearly he was suggesting that it wasn't a good idea. Clearly he doesn't agree with China's views on a lot of things and the trade imbalances that they've been doing with us. And it seems clear from his statements about wanting to strengthen and rebuild our military that he's concerned about the PLA and their growth. So I would say that it gets down to a method. So I don't question the administration's intentions or their view of China. It's a question of methods. And while I'm not the president, I would, it's up to him to make these final decisions. And we're getting these releases about restrainers and deflators and other kinds of actors, both that are inside or around the edges of the administration. And I would say, two things. We need to be cautionary about taking everything that's said about the upcoming national defense strategy is selling out. I want to see that because I don't hear that from people that are inside the system still. I hear the exact opposite. But I would also suggest that we should be, or we can be, open to doing much more in terms of putting pressure on the PRC and the military domain. And so I think that we should be doing that. I think for instance, we're sending increased levels of U.S. warships, destroyers and frigates through the Taiwan Strait. How about we send a U.S. aircraft carrier through the Taiwan Strait? How about we check the PLA and the Chinese Coast Guards threatening of the Republic of the Philippines, our treaty ally at Scarborough Shoal. We saw 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago the Chinese use a destroyer and collide with their Coast Guard cutter and cut its bow off. They could have easily done that to the Filipinos and killed Filipino sailors, which President Marcos had said would be crossing a line for them and an act of war. And by treaty, or mutual defense treaty with the Philippines, the United States would have to defend against that. So I think we could do some more there. There's some areas where we could take some lessons from Europe in terms of NATO, in terms of how we organize our alliances in Asia to better confront China. So I would just say that we need to keep our jackboot on Xi's neck, and if we can break his neck and break the Chinese Communist Party, that will be better for America. That will make America better.